Hey there again, guys, and welcome back to yet another game playthrough. Not really game playthrough, more like a tutorial, or you know what, let's just call it a let's talk. So what's the let's talk about? So basically, first we're in, obviously you guys know that whenever we do let's talks, we're playing Smash, because Smash is just the best out there, you know. Like, no matter what you say, Smash is always like one of the top 10 best games in the world. It just always will, because like no matter what day it is, what's happening, you'll whip out Smash and play some Smash. You know, friendships are built, relationships are ruined. It's just the way Smash was built. But anyways, we're here today talking about, you know, something that ended up happening almost like 2 months ago. Something that I posted, you know. Obviously, it got a lot of recognition, not by YouTube, surprisingly, but more by my Discord and my Discord friends, you know, fans, whatever you want to call them. But anyways, what ended up happening is that I guess my friends or whoever was on Discord specifically, you know, one of those Discord users, saw our like kind of podcast last like a game playthrough on there, and he, in a sense, wanted to get with us and kind of like make another podcast or collab, and that's what we ended up doing. We ended up collabing and stuff like that. We ended up talking about it just to get into more detail after. Basically, a few months have passed and we have gotten more information about, you know, Pokemon Sword and Shield. So when I first introduced the video or the concept of what side I was on, I said Dynamax and Gigatamax were both garbage. They still are, guys. Like, I still have not seen any differences, like, honestly. Like, cause the thing is, the reason I'm still like kind of like shitting on it for like multiple reasons is because of the reason that they keep on coming out with, like, you know, more and more and more. And at this point I feel like all like Pokemon will have a Gigantamax form, because as you remember in the video I specifically explained that only a certain few Pokemon would ever get a Gigantamax, but all of them had Dynamax, right? Well, as right now, as I saw the last time I saw the updated roster of, you know, who and who is gonna get, you know what, I have saw like an increase. Basically the increase was like a good, like it was like a significant amount, basically, as I'm trying to describe it, of Pokemon that have gotten it. And me, after, you know, taking like a close review at it, or just in general a closer look at it, I have seen that as of right now we're up to 50. So basically, put it like this: if the roster right now is filled up with 100 and well, basically 400 Pokemon, and 100 and like I think 50 or more are exclusive to just Sword and Shield, right? That means the rest that we see are only gonna be part of like the rest of the other regions. Now, why am I still choosing that side? The reason is because this, in that same chat that we had those 2 months ago, I sided with basically what was the difference or what was better between Megas and this. And for me, my opinion still has not changed, only because of the reason that what I believe is basically the reason we had Megas was because, like, in a sense, Megas were more built on, you know, like Pokemon that we wanted to see, or Pokemon that were fan favorites. Like, for instance, this is one topic that really, like, when everybody brings it up, or, you know, just kind of hints it, it really pisses me off. And it's a topic of which starter is the best, or which overall starter has the best design, or anything in general. And for me, my favorite starter out of all of them has always been, hands down, in any generation, Swampert. And the reason is because, like, not only is it only effective, nice, and I got the win, but anyways, not only is it effective against, like, I guess basically everything out there because of the moves it can learn, but it's only really super effective against one, and that's just grass. And the thing is, I have actually been in tournaments before of that, like locally, not like, you know, like Pokemon regional and nationals and all that stuff. And for me, I have mostly seen that, you know, not everybody carries like a grass Pokemon in their team. I don't know, maybe it's because of grass Pokemon like lacking over the years, but grass Pokemon aren't really used. Like, for instance, one water Pokemon that really sees play out there every now and then, that is considered, you know, like heavy meta or whatever, is Malamar. And Malamar is water dark. Most people would think it's water psychic, but no, Malamar is water dark. And you know, it's obviously a good Pokemon, so that means you know, if Malamar is able to make the cut just about any water Pokemon that's you know, good with some skills will make the cut eventually, you know, and be a good Pokemon. But anyways, Swampert gets a Mega Evolution just like any, and they look badass. They just do. Like, I remember specifically, I had this argument once with one of my friend's little nephews, right? Because the little kid liked Pokemon like really bad, right? And the thing is, this was not too long ago, because I wanted this little kid to be like going blind into it, right? So my friend ended up buying him like for Christmas, Pokemon Sword and Shield, both of them, you know, right? So he could basically get a taste of which one's better, which one's worse, or which one you prefer, right? Well, when I was talking to him, you know, I told him what was his favorite Pokemon, and from his knowledge of what he knows about Pokemon, he told me that his favorite Pokemon was Charizard. Okay, now that is a heavy fan favorite, I'll admit that, you know. Heavy fan favorite, you know, everybody loves Charizard. Even I loved Charizard at one point when I was small, you know. But nowadays I'm more of a like a Squirtle Blastoise, because I mean Squirtle Squad, guys. Like, for those that you remember the anime, the Squirtle Squad, they're just, you know, kind of like the Ninja Turtles, only more, you know, all water Pokemon, pretty badass basically. But anyways, I told him, you know, who do you like, and he said Charizard, right? So when the kid said Charizard, I'm more like, okay, well, the kid's in, you know, he's in good luck. He's gonna see Charizard, obviously, because let's just dumb it down also like this, guys. Okay, Charizard has been in the following games, sequels, remakes, or some of the above. And okay, so he has been so far in red, blue, and yellow, and obviously green if you include the Chinese. And yes, I am gonna include the Chinese ones. But anyways, he has been in all those, you know, all of those. Okay, now in Johto, he was also available in Johto. And Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Also, well, actually no, that's one game that they weren't available. But anyways, you could potentially get them in those games, right? Okay, X and Y, they were exclusives if you beat the game right, and you got a chance to get them. So you were able also to get them there. That's pretty cool. Sword and Shield, only one starter that you could get. You don't even get an option. The only reason you get that is because of the champion's freaking, you know, like its favorite Pokemon. And just because his favorite Pokemon happens to be the Charizard, or his boss Pokemon, or you know, his final Pokemon is a Charizard, we only get a Charizard. I played the whole game, guys. I've seen what happens. I played the ending story of, you know, of all that. It was not a disappointing story, but I mean, what was disappointing is that, you know, you're only able to get just Charizard. At this point, we all had enough of Charizard, honestly, guys. It's a good Pokemon overall, like, through thin and thin, but the problem is, Charizard is so played out that at this point, I don't consider it one of my favorite Pokemons just because of the fact of how it's overdone. Like, the Pokemon Game Freak, or whoever's in charge, they just need to know that, you know, too much Charizard. Like, Charizard is like, yes, it's a good Pokemon, you know, because of its Megas, especially because of its Megas. Gigantamax, honestly, garbage, guys. Because, I mean, there's really nothing special about it. Trust me. Just besides, like the only thing I'll give you would just be, like, basically the way that it looks like. Besides that, that's it. Like, any special talents, any hitting moves, like, basically, like the Tough Claws ability that it had in the other games, nope. So, I mean, if you're expecting, you know, something good out of Charizard, not really. It doesn't get any special effects, anything like that, or special abilities, nothing. That's just basically it about Charizard. But anyways, I told him that, and I told him the Swampert's, you know, Mega is obviously good. Being overall, through the Megas that I've seen so far of the starters, I would say Sceptile is my second, only because it finally reaches its Dragon, so it kind of like basic dual typing, but it's now quite effective against, you know, Ice type moves. Not that bad, because not a lot of people carry Ice type Pokemon, but if they have an Ice type Pokemon that knows a nice, I mean, like any type of Pokemon that learns a nice type move, like Sheer Cold, you're obviously screwed, you know. But anyways, in that video that I made, you know, obviously I received a lot of hate because people said I didn't know what I was talking about and stuff like that. I called out a bunch of people, you know. I said make a video, I'll respond to it, you know, or come chat with me or stuff like that. Nothing. So basically at this point, this is what it comes down to. People don't know what they're talking about and they're just getting mad because they can, or they're just afraid to speak up. Whereas I'm not, as you guys see. I mean, literally, this is what I'm posting the second video about. Because if you guys are mad and you guys honestly hate me and you want to, like, for instance, say that I'm wrong, then speak up. You know, defend yourself, defend your argument. Because right now, my argument stays legit as long as, you know, no one basically comes back at me with anything. So till then, my argument makes a lot of sense. Until, like, I am proven wrong by someone else, or until someone speaks up and, you know, just decides not to be a wuss and, like, let themselves be heard, I'm going to continue saying, you know, what I believe, as I am entitled to my own opinions. Of course, they're also entitled to their own opinions, but they really can't, you know, speak or say anything, as they're not doing anything about it. It would be like the same thing when you vote or you want to petition. If it's like, if you believe that someone is better than the other, or you prefer this over that, speak up, you know, let your voice be heard. Don't be in the shadows and, you know, expecting that someone will, you know, hear you, your voice will be heard, and, you know, you'll get your way. Because that's not happening so far. I mean, so far, I mean, in the comments of this video, the other video, if you get mad, go ahead. But right now, as I still see it, I mean, it's still garbage. I mean, nothing has changed. Sure, there's some designs that I like, but for me, I like to think overall. Because the thing is, at this point, and how I described in the other game, Pokemon at this point is not about collecting them all, guys. It's more about breeding, making money off those breedings because of the shinies and, you know, the IVs and EVs, and, you know, just competitive battle. I mean, that's what Pokemon. I mean, literally, if I'm gonna be honest, Pokemon used to be about collecting them all. It used to be about, you know, achieving something. But at this point in time, especially with all the old school gamers that we have and how the new school gamers don't really pick up the game, then no. Because if you want me to give you guys like a reality flash, when Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out, they did horrible at the box office, or, you know, just when they were gonna be released, they did horrible. Honestly, like, a lot of people that were expecting something great were disappointed, only because, like, the game, this was like the third time the game has been, like, in a sense, like, I guess you could call it like a reboot. The third time. So basically, let me just say what I mean. Okay, so in red version, obviously, was the original version, right? We got Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Game Boy, and, you know, that was the second reboot of it. The third reboot happened to be for the Switch. You know, obviously, new game mechanics, new stuff. Supposedly, it was supposed to be better. I believed it for some time, but then obviously, you know, some time passed, I didn't believe it, so blah blah blah. But anyways, in that time, you know, a lot of people had the time to, you know, basically get, like, the facts or the clues and all that stuff, but they didn't. What I did notice was that when I went to GameStop to literally pick up the pre-order game, right, a lot of people right there, just to save a few bucks on the new game, right, straight up sold their copies of Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. And I was like, when I saw that, I was like, damn. I'm all like, people claim to be Pokemon trainers, masters, or whatever you want to call yourself, you know, but just to, like, you know, end up finding out that at the end of all that, you're just gonna sell a game just because, you know, you want to save a few bucks, or you believe that you're done with it. I mean, that's just sad. Because, I mean, not only are you, like, a hypocrite in yourself and saying that, you know, you like the Pokemon games, but just to sell it and not collect it, I mean, that's something else. Because for me, like, I could brag and say I've gotten all the Smash games and I have played all of them, and I have honestly enjoyed them all. But I do have like a tier list of, you know, which is best, which is worst, and why do I rank it like this, okay? But for someone to just straight up, like, just sell a game just because they got tired of it, or it's not replayable, I mean, I just find that sad, guys. Like, honestly, like, what kind of, I mean, that's just, I mean, just saying that, basically just sad. But anyways, back to the video, or basically what the topic at hand was, just basically me explaining to you guys that, you know, if you guys have something to say, you know, say it. You know, that's why God gave us a mouth and 2 ears. You know, obviously to speak and listen, and, you know, reasons, I mean, I could even negotiate. I'll even literally change my statement, even though it'll pay me to, like, change the statement. But I honestly will. If I believe you have a strong ass argument, or, you know, or you just, or your opinion just overall makes sense, I will honestly change my opinion. I have no problem with, you know, changing it. But as of right now, I still solely feel like, you know, my opinion is, like, solid. Obviously, I'll give credit where it's due. And, you know, if it just so happens to, damn, I just lost. But if it just so happens to be basically that, you know, I should give basically Gigantamax and Dynamax, you know, a chance, I will. But besides that, I mean, I'm not giving it a chance yet because no one has spoken out. I mean, Discord has, but not to the extreme. Because people in that, basically, let me just explain to you what happened in the chat before the video is over. Because after this match, you know, it's kind of over, guys. I wasn't trying to make a long ass video. I was just trying to, you know, just state something. But anyways, what happened on Discord was basically that after we got contacted by these other people said that we were wrong. Because I remember the first like chat that I did was with a bunch of buddies of mine, right? Wow, these complete strangers, you know, they wanted to discuss about what we thought was so wrong about it, right? So we did. And then, you know, this and that, but what ended up finding out, what they found out was that their arguments weren't that strong, so they ended up, like, kind of in a sense losing the, like the argument. And, you know, after that, you know, like, some people on YouTube, tell me, like, to set them straight on YouTube. I did, because, you know, I told them I'm doing this. I mean, I told them I wasn't that heavy on, like, you know, of what I do or how much, you know, I publish. But, you know, it obviously escalated. They decided to do this and that, and then after that, you know, I got somewhere basically. But anyways, to conclude the video, that's just one thing I wanted to get out there. Besides that, I mean, you'll expect another video just like this, but on a different topic for like another day. I think this next video, like this one right here, might drop out within the week, and then the next one might also drop in within a week. But for right now, that's it, guys.